Hi everyone, it's EllenSmile, and today is Memorial Day weekend, and I just wanted to give you an update of what has been going on in my life. It's never boring ever, but what ended up happening was I was supposed to go down the shore and play at my girlfriend's house, Debbie. I was going to bring my metal detector. We were going to go to the beach and everything, whether rain or shine. I was going to look for my treasures. But what ended up happening like 2 weeks ago, my girlfriend Vicky, who I know for 50 plus years, and her sister, uh, I guess what ended up happening was my girlfriend Christine, she had texted me, or Vicky did. I don't remember at this point. Who cares? But I got a text, and Cindy was in the hospital. So I wanted to go visit her. So I visited her like maybe 2 weeks ago in a different, like a hospital where she originally started at. And I talked to her, and you know, there was medical issues, and it was with it looked like cancer, but they really weren't sure. And whatever, it's not my place. But she ended up being moved to another hospital, and when she was there, uh, I got the text saying that she really wasn't, doing that well. So I said, let me go to the hospital. So I ended up going to the hospital, and hospitals, to me, I hate them because it reminds me of Steve. It's just a very, very, I don't like them, and I just don't. But whatever. And I went to the hospital, and there's like maybe like 7, 8 people there, and everybody's sitting all around. She had oxygen on. She really couldn't talk. She had like a notebook to write, and everybody was there. And to me, it was overwhelming because when I walked in, I held her hand. I turned my head, and I'm, trying to keep it together and stuff. But after a little bit, I ended up leaving because it was just overwhelming. My girlfriend had gone home, and her boyfriend had gone home to go get the dog. So I missed her. I really wanted to stay. But when I left, uh, I met, her girlfriend and a friend and her cousin. So there probably been like 13 people in that room, probably. At the time, I didn't know they were saying goodbye. I had no idea. And I'm glad I went and to pay my respects. But the next day I was at work, I found out she had passed in the morning. And I was so devastated. And this was on Friday. So if I had any plans to go down the shore, I wasn't going down the shore. But that was it. So on Saturday, I said, let me go and help her, for the funeral. We'll do the memory boards. And if you don't know what a memory board is, I'm going to show you. So this is a memory board. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to do the top row. But there is Steve right there. And he's at Disney with my son, Steven. This is him before we were married. Of course, he's smoking a cigarette. Over here is at his prom. He had a top hat. And this was just Steve. I don't know where we were, but we were somewhere. This is when we got married. I'm going to move around because I don't want to offend anybody. And this is at my girlfriend's wedding. This is with his friend at a wedding. And that's Sean. May he rest in peace. He was a good man. He always wished everybody a happy Mother's Day. And this is what we did. We were for one of the Halloween parties we went to. And there's Steve to the right. He's so silly. He had these little skinny legs. And there he is with his mom. And that's it. But when Steve had passed, for me, I love the memory board because I went through all the pictures, and it was all different parts of his life. So it helped. So I did that for her, and I was there one day, and then I went back yesterday. And that's it. So Steve had passed over 2 months ago, 2 months in a week. And how am I feeling? I'm moving on. And, I had a setback with this. I had a setback when the funeral parlor had sent like a book. Oh, it's a book, and it came. I'm covering up his last name, but there's Steve. There's my Steve. I love you. And it just really I had like a lot of stuff in here. It had a book, and the book it's over 100 pages, and I really can't even look at it. But it's a book, and it wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting the book, and when I got the book, it was late at night, and it was left on my door. When I opened the door, I saw the package, and I'm like, "What is this?" And it brought back a lot of memories, and I was just like, oh. Because in the book, when I was making the memory board, it's different, because when you go and look in the book, the last page is the end. That's it. There's no more pictures. And it broke my heart. It broke my heart. And so I am beside myself. So I just can't focus and get things done. So I ended up, I'm still getting bills, and they drive me crazy, these damn bills from Steve. So it's coming to a point where now I just put the death certificate in, and I just say he passed, and I'm like, heaven, he's in heaven. And if you want him, like, that's where he is. So that bill is returned to heaven, because I'm done. I don't want to pay these bills anymore. It's just, I just feel so lonely. And I actually had my phone blocked this weekend because I didn't want to deal with anything or anybody. I don't want people sending me pictures of their wonderful vacations and their places down the shore or happy moments, because at this point I'm in transition. I mean, I'm happy for them, but don't throw it in my face. Just don't throw it in my face. And not that they don't mean to do it. But for me, it's like, leave me alone. Just leave me alone. And I'm doing it at my own pace, and I've been doing my diamond painting. Everybody asks what diamond painting is. It's diamond painting. Whoops, it's like this. So it's, doing my diamond paintings. And I've been doing my, my channel. And I feel like I've been focusing too much on my channel, and I'm starting to focus, like, it's like within hours and stuff. And I wanted to be at a turtle pace. I just wanted to go slow, but it's over a year, and it seemed like I was at 700 and something, and I went down to like 620, because it's over a year. They start taking the hours away from you. I'm like, what are you, crazy? Like, stop touching my hours. So I started doing restreaming. I figured after 5 months, I figured it out. Nobody helped me. I figured it out myself. And well, no, that's not true. The people that I can take my hats off to were people from YouTube. And I appreciate them. I appreciate them, because they were the ones that helped me. And not, meaning reference, like you know what I mean? Like, I figured it out. I asked the right questions to the right people. Allison Mapp actually had a video on it, and she helped me. And then I asked questions from other people, and it helped. It really, really helped. So I started like last week, and right now I'm up to like 808 hours. So I had gone up like 150 hours, which is wonderful. But I feel like it's impersonable, and I feel like I'm losing my viewers because of it, because I'm leaving it on. And I'm not, I mean, I really should be sitting there typing away and say, hello, how are you? Or hi, how are you? Well, there's so much to do, and it's late at night. I got to go to sleep. And the other day, yesterday, the day before yesterday, I was up all night, and I started doing videos and this and that, and it was just too much. And I want to keep at the pace that I am at, but I want to do it in a healthy way, because I feel like things are out of control for me. And I always want to be in charge. I want to do what I want to do, and I want it just perfect, and I just can't be perfect. And I understand that, but that's it. I hope everybody is doing well. And, I really appreciate, oh, I know what I did. I was on, who's live? I was on Snapback, uh, Trishana's live. I think it was yesterday. And she's like, well, what's your community name? Well, I don't have a community name. So I started thinking, and I started putting out a couple like things I could put, like Ellen's Tribe, uh, Team Smile, and this and that, but ended up Enlightened. But I ended up going with what, I forgot what I went for. Team Smile. So that's my community name now, Team Smile. So if people ever ask you, well, who do you know? Well, I have a whole bunch of teams. I have a lot of teams, but my favorite will always be Nemo 504. He has helped me from the beginning, and that's it. And my last thing I gotta say about this is, my girlfriend Vicky was with her sister sitting, and before she had passed the day before, she could not speak. She was writing with a notebook, and she was writing with the notebook, and she kept pointing, and it was dark in the middle of the night. There was somebody sleeping on the floor. She was maybe sleeping on the other bed. There might have been other people there. I don't remember what the story was, but I know this story, and it gave me faith and hope and love, and it keeps me going. Seriously. She wrote something. She couldn't figure out what it was. And, after she had passed, she came home. She had the notebook, and she had, I don't know whether her cousin or somebody had looked at the notebook and said, oh, this is what Cindy was saying. And it said, Slim is here. Now, Slim was her father, Beto. And he was very much in the community. He was a POW during Germany. He was captured. He has a lot of things, but he was very well known in the community where we grew up, and he was a good man, always kind. But whatever. But she ended up saying that's what it said. It says Slim is here, so that means her father was there at the hospital. And when I heard that, we cried, and I think she's going to get it framed of the paper what it said. But it gives me hope. Not that I always, knew, but I thought that was just a great thing that her father was there with her when she was passing, and it wasn't scary. It was just a happy thing, and she was very, very lucky to have that. A confirmation, I wish I had that, But that's it. All right. Have a good day. And don't forget to smile.